What really happened inside that gym, and why are fans suddenly talking about it everywhere? Before we go any further, take a second and think about this. If it was just a normal workout, why did it spread so fast? Why did people replay it again and again? And why does it feel like there's something more behind it? If you're curious, stay with this until the end. Because this moment might look simple, but the meaning behind it is what makes it unforgettable. And if you're a real fan, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Because what you think about this might be completely different from someone else. It all started quietly. No announcement. No teaser. No official release. Just a moment. A gym. Late. Calm. Almost empty. And in that space, Jungkook was there. Focused. Silent. Completely locked in. Each movement precise. Each breath controlled. The kind of intensity that doesn't come from routine, but from purpose. It didn't look like a casual workout. It looked like preparation. Serious preparation. At first, that alone caught attention. Fans noticed how different he looked. Stronger. More defined. More disciplined. The kind of transformation that doesn't happen overnight. It was clear that something was building. But then, something changed. Someone else appeared. Taehyung. Not dramatically. Not suddenly. Just there. And in that exact moment, everything shifted. Because now, this wasn't just about one person training anymore. It became something else. Something people couldn't ignore. Now here's where it gets interesting. Nothing dramatic actually happened. No argument. No confrontation. No obvious interaction that would immediately explain the reaction online. And yet, fans couldn't stop watching. Why? Because it felt like something was happening. Not on the surface, but underneath. The kind of moment where silence speaks louder than words. Clips started circulating. Fast. People slowed them down. Replayed them. Zoomed in. Trying to understand. Trying to see something more. Trying to find meaning. And when that happens, a simple moment becomes a story. But here's the truth you need to understand. There is no confirmed incident. No official explanation. No hidden drama that has been revealed. What people saw was real. But what people felt is what made it powerful. And that's where everything begins. Because timing is everything. This didn't happen randomly. It happened during BTS Festa 2026. A time when emotions are already at their highest. A time when fans are watching more closely than ever. A time when every small detail feels important. And in that environment, even the smallest moment can become something big. Because fans aren't just watching content. They're connecting. They're remembering. They're feeling. And when Jungkook and Taehyung appear in the same space, in a setting that feels real and unfiltered, it hits differently. Not because something dramatic happened, but because of what it represents. Think about everything that led to this moment. Time apart. Growth. Change. Silence. Then suddenly, presence. Together. In the same place. That alone is enough to create emotion. Enough to create questions. Enough to create curiosity. And curiosity is what drives attention. But let's slow down for a second. Take away the edits. The reactions. The speculation. What do we actually have? A gym. A quiet environment. Jungkook training. Taehyung present. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. So why does it feel like more? Because of perception. Because fans don't just watch actions. They interpret meaning. And when there's no clear explanation, the mind fills in the gaps. Sometimes with logic. Sometimes with emotion. And sometimes with imagination. But here's where we stay grounded. There is no confirmed conflict. No hidden situation. No official statement suggesting anything unusual. What we are seeing is preparation. After military service, everything changes. Routine. Focus. Energy. Coming back isn't just about stepping on stage again. It's about rebuilding. Physically. Mentally. Emotionally. And training together makes sense. It's part of the process. Building stamina. Strength. Coordination. Trust. All the things needed to perform at the level BTS is known for. But fans don't always see the process. They see moments. And moments can be powerful. Especially when they feel real. That's what this was. A real moment. Unfiltered. Unscripted. And maybe not meant to be seen this closely. But now that it has been seen, it becomes part of the story. And that story is still unfolding. Let me ask you something. If this moment happened at a different time, would it still feel the same? Or is it the timing that made it powerful? Because right now, BTS is not just returning. They are evolving. Every move feels intentional. Every appearance feels meaningful. Every small detail feels like part of something bigger. And that's why this moment matters. Not because of what happened, but because of what it represents. A glimpse behind the scenes. A look into preparation. A reminder that behind every performance, there is effort. Behind every comeback, there is work. And sometimes, those quiet moments say more than any stage ever could. Now imagine this. You're not supposed to be there. You're not part of that moment. But somehow, you're seeing it. That feeling alone is what made this go viral. Not drama. Not conflict. But access. A sense of closeness. A feeling of being there. And that is rare. So what really happened that night? Nothing unexpected. Nothing dramatic. Nothing hidden. Just two artists. Preparing. Training. Moving forward. And the world watched. And turned it into something more. Because that's what happens when emotion meets timing. It creates impact. And impact creates attention. And attention creates stories. But at the core of it all, there is still just one simple truth. Jungkook trained. Taehyung was there. And fans felt something. And sometimes, that's enough. Before you leave, think about this. What did you feel when you first saw that moment? Not what others said. Not what people assumed. But what you felt. Because that feeling is what made this moment real. And if this is just the beginning, then what comes next might be even bigger. So stay ready. Stay watching. And stay curious. Because the next moment could change everything. And maybe, that's the part people don't talk about enough. The silence. Because in a world where everything is loud, where every moment is edited, highlighted, and pushed to be bigger than it really is, this felt different. It felt quiet. And that quiet made it louder. No music. No camera angles. No script telling you what to feel. Just presence. Just effort. Just two people, existing in the same space. And somehow, that simplicity created more impact than anything else. Because when there's no clear message, people start listening more carefully. To body language. To timing. To energy. And that's exactly what happened here. Fans weren't reacting to noise. They were reacting to stillness. And stillness can be powerful. Especially when it comes at a time like this. Right after a long wait. Right after a period of absence. Right when everything is starting again. That's when even the smallest detail feels important. That's when even a glance can feel meaningful. That's when even a shared space can feel like a moment. And maybe that's why this stayed. Not because it was shocking, but because it was real. No filters. No expectations. Just a moment that existed, exactly as it was. And maybe that's what fans were really looking for all along. Not perfection. Not performance. But reality. Something they could connect to. Something they could feel without needing explanation. So in the end, maybe the question isn't what happened in that gym. Maybe the better question is, why did it feel like something happened? Because sometimes, the answer isn't in the moment itself. It's in the people watching it. And what they bring into it. Their memories. Their expectations. Their emotions. And when all of that meets a single, quiet moment, it becomes something bigger. Something that stays. Something that people come back to, again and again. And now that you've seen the full picture, you understand. There was no hidden story. No secret event. No unexpected twist. Just a moment. A real one. And somehow, that was enough to make the world stop and look.